Good morning, students. Today, let us discuss about another endocrine gland, that is pituitary gland. In your last class, we have discussed about hypothalamus. Though hypothalamus is a part of forebrain, it also acts as endocrine glands. Hypothalamus secretes hormones which control the secretions of the pituitary gland. Hypothalamus gives off a stalk-like structure which is known as infundibulum, which bears a pinkish pea-sized gland called pituitary gland. The pituitary gland originates from the ectoderm of the embryo. It is composed of 3 lobes: anterior lobes, intermediate lobes, and posterior lobe. The anterior lobe and the intermediate lobe together known as adenohypophysis, whereas the posterior one is known as neurohypophysis. The adenohypophyses are connected with hypothalamus by hypothalamo-hypophyseal portal system, and the posterior pituitary lobe is connected with the hypothalamus by axons of the hypothalamic neurons. Next, first let us discuss about the adenohypophysis. The adenohypophysis or anterior lobe of pituitary gland secretes 6 different hormones. They are growth hormone, thyroid stimulating hormone, adrenocorticotropin hormone, melanocyte stimulating hormone, gonadotropins, prolactin hormones. Thyroid stimulating hormone, adrenocorticotropic hormone, melanocyte stimulating hormone, gonadotropins and prolactin hormones. They are known as tropic hormones because they act on other endocrine glands and help the glands to secrete their hormones. Whereas growth hormones directly act on these cells and help in protein synthesis for the growth and development of the cells. The growth hormone stimulates growth and development of all tissues by accelerating protein synthesis and cell division, absorption of calcium from bowel, and conversion of glycogen to glucose. Deficiency of growth hormone or hypersecretion of growth hormone can cause disorder. Hypersecretion of growth hormone during the years of skeletal growth of an individual results in stunted skeletal development and retarded growth. It is known as dwarfism. The dwarfs possess no physical deformity, mental inferiority or retardation, but they are frequently immature sexually and at adult age may attain a height more than 3 or 4 feet. Whereas hypersecretion of growth hormone or excess secretion of growth hormone prior to puberty results in gigantism. It is a condition characterized by a general overgrowth of the skeleton, resulting in individuals of 3 to 8 feet or more in height. The limbs are generally disproportionately long. Hypersecretion of growth hormone or excess secretion of growth hormone after the usual age of full growth results in acromegaly. This condition is characterized by overgrowth of the bones of the hands, feet, and in particular jaws, cheeks, and face. The next hormone is thyrotropin or thyroid stimulating hormone. The thyroid stimulating hormone acts on the cells of thyroid gland. The thyroid gland is situated at the neck region. Its primary action is to regulate the growth of the thyroid gland and an increased production of thyroxine. In the absence of this hormone, the thyroid gland is believed to secrete lesser amount of thyroxine or atrophy of thyroid gland occurs. Adrenocorticotropic hormone acts on the adrenal gland, which are present at the top part of the kidneys. This hormone stimulates the adrenal cortex of adrenal gland to secrete its hormone. It also causes the growth of the adrenal cortex. These hormones controls indirectly carbohydrate metabolism, protein metabolism, and fat metabolism. Melanocyte-stimulating hormone. This hormone stimulates cutaneous pigmentation by depression of melanin granules. Prolactin hormone or lutotropin hormone. This hormone activates growth of breast during pregnancy and stimulates the milk production and secretion of mammary gland after childbirth. This hormone also participates in control of reproduction, osmoregulation, growth, and metabolism. Gonadotropins. These hormones stimulate various activities of the gonads, that is the testes and the ovaries. And also control the sexual cycle. The hormones are follicle-stimulating hormone and luteinizing hormone. Follicle-stimulating hormone stimulates the growth of the ovarian follicles which are present in the ovary of female. It induces the secretion of estrogen by ovary and stimulates and helps in pregnancy and maintains the pregnancy. In male, it helps in the development of the seminiferous tubules which are present in these sperms and maintain spermatogenesis, that is the formation of sperms. Luteinizing hormone. In female, luteinizing hormone induces ovulation, that is the release of egg from the ovary. It also helps in the formation of corpus luteum and release of progesterone by corpus luteum. In male, interstitial cell stimulating hormone stimulates Leydig cells of the testis to secrete male hormone testosterone. Here we can see the structure of the ovary. These are the follicle cells, the graphene follicle cells. So the development of this graphene, you can see the various stages of the follicle cells. So these development of the follicle cells and the egg take place under the action of follicle stimulating hormone. The follicle stimulating hormone also induces the follicle cells to release another hormone which is known as estrogen. Estrogen helps in the formation of the in the division of the uterus endometrial lining and helps in pregnancy. The luteinizing hormone, another gonadotropin, which is released by the anterior pituitary gland, help in the release of egg. Here we can see that the egg is released by the ovarian follicle. So this is helped by another hormone, that is luteinizing hormone. The ruptured graphene follicle is converted into a large celled yellow mass structure known as corpus luteum by the help of luteinizing hormone. So you can say that luteinizing hormone induces the formation of corpus luteum. The luteinizing hormone also induces corpus luteum to secrete another hormone, that is progesterone, which is a very important hormone and because it maintains the pregnancy. in male, the luteinizing hormone helps in the formation of testosterone by the Leydig cells of the testes. Here it is a structure, transverse section of testes. Here are the seminiferous tubule. The seminiferous tubule in male is maintained by the follicle stimulating hormone. These are the Leydig cells which secretes testosterone under the influence of luteinizing hormone. Next, the neurohypophysis or the posterior pituitary lobe. The posterior pituitary lobe consists of neurosecretory fibers of the neurosecretory cells located in the hypothalamus. It serves as a storage area for neurosecretory cells secretion. It stores and releases two hormones, oxytocin and vasopressin. So oxytocin and vasopressin is secreted by the neuron here, and this is the end of the axon which is received by the posterior pituitary lobe. So the oxytocin and vasopressin are stored in the posterior pituitary lobe. Oxytocin, on stimulation such as widening of uterus at the time of delivery or sucking of the breast by the child, oxytocin is released into the blood. It stimulates contraction of the uterine muscles during the birth of the young one and contraction of myoepithelial cells of the mammary glands to initiate ejection or release of milk during sucking by the child. Hence, oxytocin, here we can see the structure. This is happening due to the release of oxytocin during childbirth. Hence, oxytocin is also known as birth hormone and milk ejecting hormone. The next hormone is vasopressin or antidiuretic hormone. This hormone acts on the cells of the kidneys. This hormone has two main functions. It stimulates the reabsorption of water in the distal convoluted tubule. This is the nephron. This part is the distal convoluted tubule. Here reabsorption of water takes place under the influence of vasopressin. Collecting tubule and collecting ducts. In the kidneys and decreases the loss of water by reducing the urine secretion. It stimulates the contraction of smooth muscles of the blood vessels and thus increases the blood pressure. Hence, its name is vasopressin. Deficiency of antidiuretic hormone reduces reabsorption of water and increases urine output, causing excessive thirst. This disorder is called diabetes insipidus. No glucose is lost in the urine of such a patient. Thank you.